What's good, YouTube? We're back again with another video. We're gonna go through this YSL trial, man. This motherfucker has been a shit show, man. Let me tell you. We got YSL Woody on the stand, just he's spinning their ass, like just overly, just spinning their ass. He like shit, like all that shit that I said. That was just to get y'all off me. I lied, bitch. Don't come to me with that bullshit no more. I lied. I said I ain't snitch. I'm labeled a snitch on the streets, but shit, bitch. I said all that shit was a lie. So he over there spinning their ass. So we just gonna go through every clip. I'll give commentary throughout the clips and all that, but we're just gonna sit here and watch it, man. This shit is a shit show. Free Thug, man. Free Thug. Mistrial coming soon, man.
We are in court playing what's supposed to be the redacted version of Mr. Copeland's June 10th, 2015 interview at approximately 3:55, say 45. It was just played in court. Investigator Dennis speaking to Mr. Copeland and essentially saying that Lil D and Shannon are the ones that are going to kill Mr. Copeland in the future. That according to my notes, that was not supposed to be played in front of the jury. The state was to redact certain portions of this transcript as was litigated a couple weeks ago, and the state assured us that they were going to stop at the appropriate times and pause at the appropriate times. That was not done, and it is a statement about it's prejudicial, it's bad character, it's a statement about my client's future dangerousness that the jury has been exposed to. And at this point, I am moving for a mistrial on behalf of Mr. Stillwell. 396 line 21 is the beginning of a redaction. This statement that I objected to was on 396 line 19. So there's a distinct possibility. Of course, I don't believe that that's an appropriate thing for the detective to say, but there's a distinct possibility that I misstated the time that the redaction was supposed to start as 21 as opposed to 19. And that may have it's likely that was an error on my end. So I just wanted to be clear to the court on that.
All right. Well, that may be, but it appears to me that maybe this was something, from my notes at least, that the state and the defense had come to agreement on, and
Right.
not anything that the court was having to make a ruling on.
Right.
But in any event, if in further reflection, your notes of whatever y'all agreed to redaction wise would not have captured his question. Is that what you're saying?
It would have been the agreed upon redaction as I have it is just after that. And I believe that's what Ms. Hilton was saying. Of course, I'm of the opinion that that was not an appropriate thing for the jury to hear, but I also recognize that I likely did not articulate that previously. I would ask for a curative instruction, just that the jury is not supposed to consider what was last said by the detective.
Okay. I'm happy to give some sort of a curative instruction. I think it's fairly obvious that this is pressure tactics and persuasive tactics and what have you on the part of the detective doing the interviewing, and not any kind of crystal ball that he has into the future stating any kind of facts. I don't actually think it's particularly damaging, but I understand. And so what language would you like
to tell the police anything?
My boy Woody.
Okay. And that they wanted Thug. Do you remember saying that to me, that they wanted Thug? You were willing to tell them anything?
I heard them say that they mouth too, so you heard them too.
Okay. If
You
that is
heard
the
them
case,
too,
why
ho.
did you say that Thug was driving the car?
You gotta be more convincing
Okay. Why didn't you say that Thug was shooting?
because they wouldn't believe it.
Spinning they ass.
Willing to tell the police. You said that you made it all up to the police. Did you make up everything that you told your child's mother on that jail call?
Clearly,
Oh, okay.
Clearly, oh.
When you said that you made it all up to the police, why did you ask for Thug to pay your bond after you had told on them in the June 10th interview?
I didn't tell on them.
Okay.
I ain't tell on that nigga.
I was going through a phase in my life,
Face.
like I told you before, and I told you in the back.
Yeah, I
made
told
it all
you.
up.
Made
I
it.
sat right there and said whatever came to the top of my head, that I put piece certain things together and said what I said.
To spin y'all
Listen to both
ass.
of them calls, they contradict each other. If you listen to the interview, you hear what the police keep saying. And that's why I put everything on Thug. The man ain't had nothing to do with my stupidity. I'm sitting right here today telling y'all the truth, and y'all still sitting right here playing with this lady. Like I told y'all, I made it up. I put it on him. I'm not scared of nobody. Nobody forced me to say none of this stuff. This is not right.
Okay. After
It felt like nigga left me out there. I ain't did shit. You ain't left out there alone. You just want to be out there in the trenches and that boy, we ain't fucked up no more. You ain't got to be hanging out there in Canterville. Shit, I had no choice. That wasn't gonna get you time, Canterville. Out there in them apartments. I keep telling you that. Yeah. And what is that shit, bro? It be the, hey, you gotta realize it be, yeah. Swear to God, we killed nothing, so they gonna stay on you. Yeah.
Forget what I said in the interviews. I made it up. And when I say I made it up, I'm not saying I made everything up. What I'm saying is I took from what I know personally and put it with other stuff. And what I'm telling you is I'm not about to say nothing to tell on myself. Like I told you in the back. I was going through a phase in my life. The police kept locking me up. I was trying to be there for my baby mama and my child. And I was going through a dark phase in my life. I have sat right here and told you over and over and over. I'm telling you again today. I'm going to tell you every time you keep asking me a question, because if you want the truth, I'm telling you the truth.
Okay. So my question to you,
And I'm not done talking because you keep asking me and I keep telling you.
I ain't done talking.
You're trying to make it seem like I was telling the truth about what I said, and I'm telling you I wasn't. And you're sitting right here, keep asking me. I'm tired of it. Keep telling you that. You keep going back to interviews I told the police. You're playing the calls. Each one contradict each other. If I was working with the police and I was scared as I pretend to be, I would have been in protective custody. I'm in the streets every day. All the people I'm afraid of is y'all. Y'all sitting right here, locking me up, knowing I'm lying, trying to make me do what y'all want me to do. I'm tired of it. Y'all can leave me alone at this point. Y'all bringing me here every day. I don't get no sleep. Every time I gotta go to court, I stay up all night. My brain is in overdrive. Like, y'all doing too much, bro. Like, come on now, y'all gonna do the law, do it the right way. Leave me alone. I made it up. I'm telling y'all, Lil D told me to say this. You hear the call, I'm mad at Lil D because he wouldn't say what I want him to say. So what?
are you finished?
No, I'm just getting started.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. This interview felt as though back in 2015, you told them everything that you knew about Donovan Thomas, but no one helped you out.
If I had any truth to speak about 2015, we wouldn't be doing this today.
Having any conversations with the saying that the police were going to get him?
I thought you said I was concerned about him killing me.
That's not my question. My question
I'm
to
just
you-
saying, if I'm concerned about him killing me from 2015, why would I be around him in 2021?
So is your testimony today that you don't recall having any conversations with Thug about the police going to get him?
Now, my testimony today is that when investigators get to me, I'm trying to convince them that I'm around him and that I can tell them stuff that make them think that I'm right there and I know what I'm talking about. There's proof of, like I said, me making things up.
Are you able to read what's on that page that's circled in red?
I heard what you just said. It said.
Do you recall sending that to him?
Can you tell me what the date is?
Sure, on October 6, 2021.
Was I in jail?
I don't know. Were you in jail?
Then I just asked you.
I know that you got arrested on October 27, 2021. So before that, before getting arrested on October 27th, were you in custody at all prior to that?
So this was before I went to jail?
Yes.
So why would I DM him? Why would I message him and say that?
First, answer the question. Is that your Instagram name?
Listen,
725_Woody.
I would not do nothing so stupid like that. I would not message nobody saying that. Why would I say that?
Okay. So you don't recognize that as your Instagram name?
I don't recognize me DMing no little D talking about some date. No.
Okay.
I know how the police operate. Why would I do that? They looking at me like that.
Okay. Mr. Copeland, isn't it true that you are
They looking at me like that.
Why you looking at me like that?
My only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole fucking life. Judge, I get a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all.
Stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down.
And once he finishes his breath, Your Honor, state, we conclude our questioning, Your Honor.
Tell y'all nothing. I don't know what y'all want me. I don't know what y'all looking for. I didn't see nobody kill nobody. I didn't see nobody rob nobody. I didn't see none of these boys do anything. I did some stupid things. I got caught for the stupid things that I was doing, and I just went from there. Like, I didn't. And then y'all got me up here, and I done told y'all before y'all put me up here, y'all can't talk to me on like a Tuesday or something, and you can't talk to me in the streets. And I told you, like, I lied. And I told you that, and then y'all still brought me in here.
Isn't it true that you did not want to testify because you don't want to deal with the reality of being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hilton, I was being labeled a snitch way before I had to come to trial when y'all linked that video out to the social media. So the world look at me as a snitch no matter what goes on to this day. But me coming here, like, I have put my faith in God's hands, and I come here and I let it be known. I guess got no choice but to be letting know to y'all now that I have told y'all time after time that I done lied.
Okay. And a snitch is someone who actually tells the truth, correct?
Listen, Miss Hilton, like, I feel like I got the world on my back now. You ask me these questions, like, I don't know, man. Like, y'all draining me. I mean, like, for real. It's a different if I sat here and seen somebody commit a crime, and then I saw them with my own eyes do this, and then I get in here and say, I didn't see them do that. Y'all want me to sit here and say, the stories that I have put on other people's, and I didn't. Like, I would not do that. Like, and Lord knows I want to be with my family and my kids, but if y'all gonna put me back in jail because I won't sit right here and tell y'all what y'all believe to be whatever y'all want me to say. Like, I mean, I don't want to go to jail, but man, at this point, y'all got me, man. I don't know, man. I can't sleep at night. Like, I tell you, y'all hold me in jail, don't feed me, don't give me water. Like, I just don't know. Like, every time I walk in this door, I pray and hope I walk back out this door. I just want to be left alone. I paid for my punishment. And I done told y'all before y'all put me right here in this seat. Time after time. I told Judge Glanville in his office. I done told everybody I can tell. And I'm telling you to your face, I know it don't have anything to do with you. You doing your job. But I've been nice to you, and I've been telling you that you can't put me up here. And I told you, I done made it up.
Okay.
It's a difference if I seen one of these guys actually do something and you ask me, did they do it? If you ask me, did they do something that I actually saw them do it? And I would tell you, yeah, I saw him do that. Yeah, I was with him when he did that. But this is not the case.
And you just told police what Demikian told you, correct?
I told the police anything to get them off of me. I was going through a phase. People were shooting at me while I had my kid. And my only priority was, by any means necessary, to protect them with my whole fucking life. Judge, I get a minute because they drive me crazy.
Yeah, take a minute, take a breath.
Keep telling y'all.
Stay here. Come here. Stay on the stand. Take some breaths. Calm down.
And once he finishes his breath, Your Honor, the state, we conclude our questioning, Your Honor.
Well, do you have any more questions?
No.
Okay.
Judge, can I go home?
All right. No, it may be.
Eye swollen, you remember that? Do you remember that? Yes or no?
I don't recall.
If that's on the early morning hours of January 6th of 2015, do you remember going to Jeffrey Williams?
I don't remember
Next day.
nothing from 2015.
Well, let me finish this jury on direct examination weeks ago that rental car, that Infinity, was in your care.
I said it?
Yeah. Do you remember saying that?
No.
Do you remember driving that Infinity rental car from the time it was picked up from the Hertz rental car on January 7, 2015 until it was returned on January 12, 2015? Do you remember driving that Hertz rental car that we're talking about from the time it was picked up on January 7, 2015 and having control of it until it was returned on January 12, 2015?
I don't remember 2015.
Do you remember driving with Mr. Zachary? Little D. Do you remember driving with Mr. Zachary and striking cones on the side of the road on the highway and damaging the Infinity rental car? Do you remember doing that?
I don't recall. They caught a threat.
Okay. You told the jury that you gave that car to your friend, and threat is Mr. Turner. You know his last name? True? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll take the for the court reporter as a yes. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. And you told the jury you gave the car to Mr. Turner the day of the killing of Donovan Thomas. From that morning to that night. Do you know what I'm talking about? January 10th, 2015.
I didn't mean to say that.
Okay. But that's what you said.
Out of frustration.
All right. Now,
I gave
with your 2024, June 10th, a Monday. Remember meeting with your lawyer, Judge Glanville, District Attorney Hilton?
right
Yes? In this courthouse?
in the jury chamber.
Yeah. I wasn't there, right?
Huh?
I wasn't there.
You wasn't where?
In the judge's chambers with you, Miss Hilton, your lawyer, Judge Glanville?
No.
None of these, anybody here was there, right? It was just the people I mentioned and security.
Objection, Your Honor.
Let's get to the actual question.
Tell the jury what District Attorney Hilton told you would happen to you if you admitted in any way that you had anything to do with the murder of Donovan Thomas. Tell them.
They gonna lock me up.
So when you have this use immunity for anything you say, District Attorney Hilton told you, but you can't say that, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Improper foundation. He must ask the question that I asked.
That is testifying, and I'm asking Mr. Copeland to
Overruled.
tell the jury. Tell the jury your understanding what Miss Hilton told you if you admitted to being involved in the murder of Donovan Thomas, even with use immunity. Tell what the District Attorney's Office would do to you.
Huh?
Objection is compounded. A compound question.
I don't think
Sustained.
that was compound. Okay. If you admit the way you were told by Miss District Attorney Hilton, if you admit to being involved in the killing of Donovan Thomas, you get prosecuted for that, right?
Objection is improper question as to what was asked.
You'll have him on redirect. Overruled.
Is that true?
She said, if I do that, plead the fifth, I'm gonna go to jail.
And when you say, if I do that or plead the fifth, if I admit to being involved in Donovan Thomas's murder, I go to jail, right?
Huh?
That's what she told you. That's what Miss Hilton told you. Am I correct?
I didn't hear you.
Okay. If you admit that you're involved in the murder of Donovan Thomas, you get prosecuted. You go to jail, right?
2 things to send me to jail.
One is if you admit to the murder of Donovan Thomas
Let
being
him
involved.
answer the question if he's going to let us know what his understanding is. What is your understanding?
Go ahead.
Well, when I was talking to them,
Tell the jury.
I don't recall.
Yes. Okay. And you've seen a transcript of that June 10th, 2024 meeting with the judge and District Attorney Hilton, you and your lawyer, right?
What you mean?
Oh, okay. The words by the court reporter coming out on a white piece of paper with the words on it.
Oh, I seen it, but I didn't read.
All right.
Trouble in Paradise.
The jury to get back 10-ish minutes. Thanks.
They arguing. Trouble in Paradise.
Your phone number so we can get your phone records, Mr. Copeland?
Which phone?
The phone you had in 2015, did you give police your phone number so we can get your phone records?
I don't recall. Now you're talking about.
Did you give police your phone number in any of these interviews so that we can get your phone records?
Which phone?
Your phone that you had back in 2015.
I had more than one phone.
Okay.
That audible?
Mr. Copeland, that's you testifying before this jury, August 12, 2024, where you explained that you had multiple phones on January 10, 2015. Does that sound right?
That's what it said.
Okay. Did the district attorney's office, did the federal authorities, did homicide detective Thorpe, Detective Dennis, Detective Gaither, anybody, Agent Cunningham, anybody in law enforcement, did they ever seek to get a warrant, a search warrant for your other phone or phones?
Speculation.
Sustained.
Did you ever get served with a search warrant, a warrant, or even asked to give the police your other phones?
Well, really, we wasn't even together every day. I was out in the neighborhood.
So when the state is asking, like, you questioned about, you were so close with him, what you really did was you go to a studio, he let you come to a studio, true?
Yes, I was going with somebody else.
Yeah, you went originally with a gentleman I know as Mr. Trontavious Stevens. You know that name?
Yes.
Is that also Slug and Tick? Same
I
person?
call him Tick, yeah.
Okay. And that's how you first were introduced to be around Jeffrey Williams, true?
I think so.
And then you would see him, he'd allow you, and when I say allow you, I mean, it was okay. It allowed a lot of people to go to his shows, right?
I think Tick invited me out.
Okay. And that was really your relationship with, and he would take pictures with you if you wanted to, and he wanted to, true?
Yeah, I asked.
Yeah. And you put that on social media. You were promoting Jeffrey, and you liked that.
He gave me, yeah.
And it gave you a little bit of maybe
No, a lot.
fame. Okay. Gave you a lot of fame. True?
Yeah.
From your observations, Jeffrey was on good terms with Donovan Thomas.
I don't think I ever seen them two. I can't remember being around both of them at one time.
You never saw them dap each other up?
I'm saying I don't think I've been around with. I don't think I've been around like if I never seen them. I don't think I've been around with both of them in the same place. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I don't remember. I can't remember seeing both of them in the same place.
Okay. You know this was made in 2000. It wasn't released till 2015, but it was made in 2014. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an old song.
And there's no truth to that lyric that you would pop somebody in the noggin for Jeffrey. Am I right?
I would never.
Whatever authority this was might have, whomever authority this was might have.
There's a squirrel brain. Do you remember that earlier in the testimony? Do you remember saying something like that?
Yeah.
And by approximately 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, January 11, 2015, so within 8 hours approximately of Mr. Donovan Thomas being shot, Detective Thorpe is asking you specific pointed questions about you in a rental gray Infiniti sedan. Do you realize that?
You said, do I realize it?
Yeah,
What you mean?
that's what he was doing.
You ain't giving us nothing. You bushing us. I mean, like, they knew what I was doing. My stomach hurt bad, Judge. I feel like I got cramps.
Can I ask you a question? You were shown yesterday.
That she was dirty as hell back in the day.
Thank you, sir. Ever discuss with you anything to, let's corroborate this?
All the way up to this point, even today, they never sat down and asked me nothing about nothing I said in the interviews.
I'm the first one to do this.
Yeah, you the only one that did this to me.
Did you bring up Birdman, or did Detective Dennis bring up Birdman?
I think he did.
And then you just started talking about him, like
That's what I'm gonna do.
like you've been telling the jurors.
He bring up your name. I'm gonna have something for you.
He would give me money. You
What
feel
is N?
N-I-G-G.
Oh, nigga.
10th, 2015, that Donovan Thomas and others were going to hurt you. Did you believe that?
Same objection and relevance of what his beliefs were.
I think it goes to his state of mind on the day that Mr. Thomas was killed.
Overruled.
What you asked?
Did you believe that on the date that Donovan Thomas was killed, that he and others, his friends, were going to, had a plan to hurt you physically?
I was told that.
Okay. Happens to be recorded, but they made it clear to you that they wanted Jeffrey Williams, you to give information on Jeffrey Williams, right?
Yeah.
And the only way that you were going to avoid, in your opinion, what you were told, pretty much the rest of your life in prison, is that how you understood it? Was to give information on Jeffrey Williams and others. True?
Really, just him.
And it was a lie, wasn't it?
What you mean?
Jeffrey Williams didn't do these things that you're telling the police.
But I told y'all that.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break.
You know what they did to me?
Tell us. Tell us.
After January the 10th, people started shooting at me and my family. February, I went to jail for trying to protect me and my baby and my girl at the time. They put me in Rice Street on some stuff called medical flow. It's somewhere hid in the jail. It stink. It's crazy people in there talking, yelling through the door, putting feces all on the window and on the wall. They locked me in the room. It's one door right here, it's one door right here, and it's another door back here, and it's another door back here. I'm behind this door. I don't see nobody, I don't talk to nobody, I'm by myself. I'm at the verge of losing my mind. People trying to shoot at me while they got me locked in this room. I can't talk to nobody, I can't see nobody, I'm locked in this room. They held me in that room for 3 weeks. I got out of jail. I had a court date for another county where I never even been to for some charges I never even did. I don't steal out of stores. I went down to that courthouse and tried to get it situated. Went in the wrong courtroom, told the deputy, hey, my name is such and such, such. I missed court. I'm here to fix it. He said, oh, I gave him my name, told him what happened. He said, oh, you got a warrant. And he locked me up. They put me right back in jail. I stayed in jail a whole month. I had to use the money for selling my four-wheeler to pay an attorney to come represent me. I got the lawyer to come represent me. That lawyer, he got me a bond. A friend of mine gave my baby mama the money to pay my bond. She paid my bond. I got out of jail. The very next day, Atlanta police came into the gym with a whole lot of them. They got me, said that this my bag, this my gun. They took me from my neighborhood to Turnerfield. They questioned me. I told them it wasn't my gun. They let me go. They came back and get me June 10th. They questioned me. I was at the verge of losing my mind because every time I come outside, they keep locking me up. They got me. They did it. They held me in the interrogation room for a whole day, probably. I don't know. They put me right back in Rice Street, put me right back behind all these doors. They constantly kept doing it to me. Now, I mean, I don't, at this point, like, man, I'm tired of keep reliving this stuff. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, man. I'm sitting right here. I got cramps, man. I got knots in my stomach, man. I haven't ate none. I tried to eat yesterday. I haven't ate today. Y'all sitting up here. I asked for a break. I asked. I'm in pain right now. I understand it might be my fault. I'm telling y'all, I made it up. I lied. Damn, man. This is crazy. I'm telling y'all, my stomach hurting, man.
Well, with the Honorable Court's order, we're going to be leaving in a little bit of time. Can you try to just listen to the JW 240EE that I just said? If you need it, could you put in your earphone if you don't mind?
I can hear it.
Okay.
I hate jail, man. I be damn how they think you shit with.
It's a prisoner jail. Is it fair to say that
Rice Street is not either one. There's not prisoner jail. I don't know what that place is. This is the worst place in the world.
do you remember whether it's I will be done in my estimation, which is horrible typically, but I will be done.
Well, you're a lawyer, so we don't estimate time well.
Okay. Well, then my guess is I will be done at or before lunch. When I say at or before, your Honorable Court starts right on time. I should be done by 11 o'clock is my belief.
Okay. And do we anticipate cross-examination by any of the other defense attorneys?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
My cross will only be, depending on how much Mr. Steele covers that I intend to cover, but probably around 20 minutes is all I need. Good evening, Your Honor. Yes, it'll be a brief cross-examination.
All right.
Thank you.
No, Kendra, Your Honor, I was anticipating a day.
A day?
But I'm going to try not to be repetitive of some of the issues that Mr. Steele is covering. So I'm going to try to shorten it.
All right. Well, then clearly we will not be getting, and I would assume there's then going to be redirect. The reason I ask is I'm not sure exactly when we're moving to the next witness or if the order of witnesses is still the same. And I had heard from the attorney for Mr. Sledge that he has conflict at least for part of tomorrow, but it doesn't sound like that will matter. So, and do you anticipate that he would be the next witness after Mr. Copeland?
He was, and I've just seen the same notification from Mr. Wright that you did.
Okay.
So, but I had reached the same conclusion that the court did regarding our likelihood of even reaching him.
Okay, but it may be, so given that we're off Thursday, Friday, and Monday, it would probably be Tuesday at the earliest.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe if you want to communicate that that's when we anticipate reaching him.
Anybody else? You said you told the police and the prosecutors you made all of this SHI blank up to try to finesse your way out of jail.
Yes.
Something to that effect.
Yes.
And who is the person, when you said they, when they came to see you, who are you referring to?
There they go.
Them two right there.
And when you say them two, the two prosecutors sitting at the front table before the Honorable Judge Whitaker,
There they go.
Yes.
Ms. Hilton,
Huh?
Ms. Hilton.
And Miss Love.
Okay. And did you tell them back in 2023 that what you said previously was to finesse your way out of jail and it's untrue?
Yes.
Did you make that clear?
Yes.
Did they come visit you at the Fayette County Jail?
Yes.
Did you hear on this recording, you then said that they ended the interview and left because because you weren't doing what they wanted to hear. Did you hear that?
Yes.
And you're talking same as two prosecutors that sit before the jury every day?
Yes.
Did you hear yourself say that you thought that they would believe what you said back in 2015 and let you go, but it didn't work? Did you hear something to that effect?
Yes.
Who is the they? Who are you, when you say, I thought that they would believe what I said and let you go? Who are you referring to?
The police.
Okay.
The gang unit.
And the jurors know who they are, but the same people that's been on the videos?
Yes.
And Detective Thorpe, I assume, if I'm wrong, just
Yes.
say. Okay, and Agent Cunningham.
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, y'all trying to pin a murder charge on me. Man, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with no murder. Everybody saying I did it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I lied on Thorpe because, you know what I mean, I found out that he I can't say that. I can't say that on the phone, but, you know what I mean, it's some shit happened between me and him back then. And just so happened I got locked up the next day. You feel me?
You heard all those conversations, right? On the
Yes.
recording? Do you know who put that video on the internet during this, before this trial started?
I don't know who did it.
Do you have a belief who did it?
Yes.
And who are you referring to who did that?
Objection relevant to who he believes.
Goes to his state of
And
mind.
speculation.
Goes to his state of mind on the conversations that he's referring to. It puts it in context.
I'll allow it.
Who did you believe put out the videos on the internet of your interrogation, or the video?
The state.
And by the state, the same people you've been referring to?
I can't say specific if it was them, but the state did it.
Okay. And what did that have an effect on you or your family when you believe the state of Georgia put out your interrogation?
Well, they believe I'd be, if everybody say I'm a snitch, you know, this and then third, they believe that I'd be like, okay, and just do what they want me to do.
And is that, there's a mention in the letter that you told them people that they're wasting their time, and the lady acted like she wanted to get on her knees and beg and plead. You said you told them to get out of your face, and then the man asked which lady. Do you remember that?
Me love.
And then you said on the recording, the deputy DA. That's who you just pointed to?
Miss Love.
And never give you any money ever for committing a crime for him.
I never committed a crime for him.
That was my next question.
You do not want to be here today.
At all.
Okay. And the reason you don't want to be here today is not because you're scared, correct?
You know that.
Okay. It is because what you said in 2015 was lies.
You said it again?
What you said in 2015 were lies.
Right.
You remember when Attorney Steele showed you that video from the Texaco gas station and asked if you saw Jeffrey Williams walking around the Texaco changing cars?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to play that video again.
Thank God.
Yeah. I don't think you're the only one that's saying that. But when you watched it, you didn't see Shannon changing cars at that Texaco either, did you?
No.
You were in the judge's chambers.
I'm listening.
They
Do you remember that?
Hooking.
Okay. And just so we're clear, you didn't request to speak to the judge or the prosecutors, did you?
I had no clue where I was going.
Okay. And you had been in jail the weekend before,
Yes.
and guards brought you to the judge's chambers.
Took me straight in there.
Okay. And when you were brought to the chambers, Miss Hilton was there, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And
The SWAT team.
security, whatever they were, you saying the SWAT team. I was not there.
No. I didn't see you.
Okay. Mr. Stillwell wasn't there.
Who?
My client, Mr. Stillwell. Shannon.
No.
Okay. And none of the other defense attorneys were there.
No.
Okay.
Defense cooking.
There you're saying that you gave the card to Devontae, who gave it to Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you would agree that detectives Gaither and Dennis are telling you we've never even heard of Lil Mike and Quez, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Copeland, Lil Mike is not a real person, is he?
No.
That was the finesse. You invented a person out of thin air, correct?
Yes.
Quez is not a real person. You invented him out of thin air on the spot, correct?
Yes.
You invented those people to take the heat off of you and put it on fictional characters.
I done told y'all that's what I do.
That's your finesse. Right?